Hello, hello. Hey, y'all. Hey, Muffy. Hi, Liza. Muffy. Hey, Joe. I'll try to stay awake. That's fine. You're here so early. And Liza, welcome to the beautiful people. Thank you so much. It says one here. That's probably Liza. Muffy, that's a long time if you're here 47 minutes early. And being in the Pacific, Pacific Standard Time or Pacific Daylight Time, I always hope I do scheduling correctly. But I think I did. Oh, golly, excuse me. So anyway, yeah, I was Sifa. Long time no see. How you doing? I'm glad I was able to make it to Lost Souls just for a little bit, because I really miss her. I really miss going over there. So it was nice. And she told me a lot of people were concerned about me. So that was good to hear. And that I made it to, she wasn't sure if I made it to Idaho. So I was like, yeah, I made it to Idaho. And, it wasn't the smartest decision I've ever made. Probably wasn't the safest decision I ever made, but that's pretty typical for me. So it's hard to, it feels like forever. Okay, let me get here. So StreamYards is that. And then Muffy, hey Joe, I'll try to stay awake. Muffy, I guess you're already asleep, but that's okay. Liza, welcome to the beautiful people. Still says one, so that's Sifa probably. I guess Liza went to sleep too. And then the Idaho trip. And then say, oh my God, right. It feels like forever. We miss you too. Yeah, I do. It's just, I just wish, a YouTube life is not the way my life is set up. It's not set up conducively for me because it takes me forever to do things. So if I'm going to live stream, that already takes the 3 hours online, and it takes 3 to 5 hours offline. So it's just not conducive. And I haven't figured out how to, like, I have listened to streams before. I guess people call them lurkers. I don't like the name lurkers, but so I've listened before. But as soon as I say a word, I feel like I'm committed to 3 hours. I don't know how to listen to a stream for 30 minutes and then say, I mean, I guess I have talked a lot in the beginning and then stopped talking and then watched it for 30 minutes and then just drifted away. But it's just not conducive for my life. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to. I should probably loop this up near my mouth because I should probably start getting a little quiet in here because it's a restaurant and I never want to get kicked out of here. If I could complain about one thing, which I can complain about a lot of things, but if I could complain about one thing, it'd be the distance between truck stops the distance between truck stops, because that's how you figure out the distance to everything else in life is you get between two and you see how far you can go. But yeah, in the Midwest and the Southeast that I guess I do a lot for motorsports, I mean, truck stops are 20 minutes away and stuff. So anyway, so Sifa, I'm proud of you though for getting down there. I would struggle to do it. I did struggle to do it, but thank you for being proud of me. And those are weird feelings. I don't, my family. Anyway, thank you so much. I usually, crumble into a ball with my cat. I sleep in my car and my cat sleeps with me and he's my companion animal. And so we cuddle together, but yeah, it's strange, this whole thing. Now I've kind of got a couple things together. One, I don't know if anybody out there has seen the. Usually, when I'm not doing exceptionally well in my life, is also when I start making not great decisions. But one thing I would like to show, at least parts of it, is the News Nation special that Brian Inton hosted. And I think, I know it was a Sunday night, and I think it was a week ago tonight. And I watched, I listened to his moments. What are the talking things on? I don't think it's called moments. I forget what it's called on. Sorry, I guess I'm going to go look on Twitter when you can talk. But he was talking, and he said, his well, I got your back, Joe. Whenever you need a friend or help finding info, whatever you need. Well, thanks, if I appreciate that, man. I don't want to be, too burdensome, because I can be pretty helpless sometimes. But yeah, I'll what is that? So, moments, spaces. Yeah, they're called Twitters. Yeah, sorry, Sifa. Spaces. That's it. So, you're not a burden at all. Well, thanks, Sifa. I appreciate that. It's it's. Huh. I didn't quite realize how much my mental health would be part of the platform when I started doing YouTube Live. I didn't quite expect that, but that's the way I live my life. So I guess it makes sense. I did it over in Twitter, and I did it over in Periscope, and I did it over in Meerkat, and so anyway, his producer, his producer was saying, "Oh, if you missed it tonight, you can watch it," and he didn't interrupt her, but through the conversation, he said, "Oh, I didn't know when it was shown again," and she said, "Well, it shows midnight tonight. I think it was 9 p.m. and then midnight and then other times, but I recorded it, and so I have that ready to go. I don't, I've asked for permission for most everything I've shared so far, and that would be one of my first things that I did not yet. I have tried to get in touch with News Nation, but I don't always know exactly how to do that, and I want to talk to everybody. I want to get, if I want Brian's and Banfield's and Connie Lou, Nancy Lou, if I wanted those three, then I feel like I have to ask all 20 of the employees. But really, I just want those three. It can get rough with the mental health, but people are usually really understanding when you say you need a break. Yeah. Well, thanks. Yeah, anyway, I'm pretty baffled that it's such a big part of it. That Hey, sorry I'm late. No problem, Liza. I'm glad you were there before I started. Thanks for coming by early. Yeah, welcome to the beautiful people. Here is Liza's first comment. Welcome to the beautiful people. Welcome to all people, and all people are beautiful. So, hello. Sorry I'm late. Yeah, Liza, and Sifa says, hey, Liza, and uh, yeah, no problem, Liza. I'm happy you're here. I still don't get this whole thing. I still don't get this whole thing. When I do Twitter, and it's a weird oddity for me, because I'm trying to think where it fits in, but there's times that I can, it takes 5-10 minutes to get it going, and then it takes, so I never expect everybody to show up immediately. And Sifa, hola from Liza. Como estás? Sorry, Sifa, I can't read it. I think that might be it. Como estás? Y'all just talking Spanish. You go right ahead. Man, Sifa. I think I asked you before how many languages you knew. And I think you said something like, "Oh, only sub." or something. I think you know. Sorry, Joe. And yes, you said it right. I know. You know, I took 4 years of French, and that's a Latino language, just like Spanish is. So you know a little. Four. Holy moly, Sifa. 4 languages. That is incredible. I'm a typical American. I know one. I mean, I did go to Europe, and my brother planned the trip for me, and we went to. I have to say it out loud for me to remember what happened, but we went to Munich, and Barcelona, and Petty, and another one. Oh, in Italy, the not the common one, the one up north. Uh, anyway, uh, Egyptian Arabic. Whew, that's one, right? Egyptian Arabic. Hindi. Heard that you're having problems getting used to your surroundings. That's putting it mildly. Did you watch my tweet? You're not on Twitter, right, Liza? You know, I pour my heart out in Twitter. I'm playing with my just point to your ears if I'm having problems in life, Liza. I always have problems. But it becomes holy moly. Egyptian Arabic, Hindi, and Spanish and English. Holy moly. That's incredible, Sifa. That's so cool. So yeah, so you didn't watch the 2 streams I did just earlier, like 2 hours ago or 3 hours ago. I was at the laundromat, and I didn't want to be there, and I was in a pissy mood, like I am perpetually these days. And I said I'm going to go until the washer is done, and I did. So thank you. Oh, you're welcome. That's incredible. I think it's incredible. I think it's amazing that Americans walk around and go, well, the center of the world revolves around America, and we know one language, so you got to learn our language. We all have, Joe. Yeah, I know, Liza. I saw the washer. Well, at least it was brief. It didn't take too much of your time. So, 2 people. Yes, I'm glad I wasn't on the ledge of any hotel ledge. I'm glad I wasn't on any ledge for sure. Twitter. Go watch Twitter. Oh, Sifa probably watched the Twitter also. Was there much difference between the two? They're about the exact same stream, even though they're. Okay, so anyway, so Sifa's got Egyptian Arabic and Hindi and Spanish and English. He didn't list English. In English. Okay. So that's incredible. And then Liza, I heard. So you heard that from me by watching them. Are you doing research on me? Did you find out from 5 other people that they think? I heard that you're having problems getting used to your surroundings. It is. It's. I'm still. It takes me a long time to transition. So I would say I'm primarily moping. I'm primarily moping that I came out to Idaho so late. I wish I had come out earlier, which I didn't have the money, so I couldn't come. And there really was only a couple days. I mean, his court case in Pennsylvania was the 3rd, and then he transferred on the 4th, which took all of 4th. So then I think their first date was on the 5th in Idaho, and then their next date was the 12th. I think I might be missing one date. So yeah. If I made the 5th and the 12th, and then they said take 5 months off because you can't do anything. Which Sifa, by the way, I mean, I guess I can take my time and go through Pennsylvania again, and then try to talk to the dad. And I just want to talk to the dad, but I would talk to the mother and the sister, and I think there's 2 sisters. I'm not sure the family makeup. And you did send that information. I thank you very much. So Liza, we all have Joe, but I'm the one on the camera, not you. I wish I was where you are when I'm having these bad days. Be survivor. I hope you got my message in time. I appreciate it. I did this horrible washer stream on Twitter, which I think everybody's on Twitter. Sometimes. Yeah, I think I'm on day 4. Or I think at 7 this morning was the end of 3 days and the beginning of the 4th day. I go to the minute. I go to the minute because it's hard to So, um, so Liza, I saw the washer one, and Sifa, I watched it. And Be Survivor, hey, Be Survivor, thanks for getting my message. I did this real lousy stream earlier, a couple hours ago, and 4 people wrote me, and they said, "Oh, sorry, I missed it. I didn't get notifications." And I'm like, I don't, if I don't, according to Brittany, if I don't schedule more than an hour in advance, there are no notifications. So generally, 90% of my stuff never gets notifications. Now, probably in the last 5 streams, I've always done an hour, which is, I say I'm on a roller coaster ride, but believe me, I am. I mean, I can be in a perfect place when I schedule the thing, and in 60 plus minutes, I do just over an hour, like 65 minutes or 60 or 70 minutes or something like that. And by the time false, it's 30 minutes. Really, Sifa? Wow. Are you 100% sure? Are you 100% sure? I hate waiting that hour. I can't stand waiting that hour. And, I'm going to be a small, intimate group until I figure out how to make $1 billion here. So it's going to be, small, intimate groups. So I guess it doesn't matter if the notifications go out or not. Although the people that do show up seem to want to get notifications, and they get frustrated because they didn't, and then they were late. And I'm like, golly, don't worry. So anyway, I'll try to do the 30 minutes. So Liza, Road to Waller Bridge. I understand it takes me 3 days to get used to places. By the 4th, my body gets in a better mood sometimes. LOL. Yeah, man. Except that's my life. So Sifa, hey, B server. And B server, hi, Sifa. And B server, hi, Liza. False is 30 minutes. Let me jot that down. Yes, I schedule all my premiere videos for 30 minutes out. 30 minutes out, right? 30 minutes in advance? You don't mean 30 minutes long, right? You're not saying it's 30 minutes long, right? You're saying it's 30 minutes in advance. I don't know what a premiere video is. Do you have a special account that can do 30 minutes, but I have to do 60 minutes? And it has live chat. Wait a minute, what happened here? So yes, I schedule all my premiere videos for 30 minutes in advance, right? Not 30 minutes in advance. Golly. And premiere is not a special thing? Premiere. But that's not a special, you don't get special consideration, right? I can do 30 minutes also. I mean, Premiere is a pre-recorded video, but with live chat. Oh, wow. Hey, you. Hey, Liza. Lady V, how are you? Good to see you. Yeah, that's just a lot for me to process. I don't know where a pre-recorded video would fit into my life, but I guess it probably should. So yeah, that's I mean, ever since I've been, and I've said this all the time, but ever since I've been YouTube Live, I haven't gotten notifications. So I don't, I all, when I subscribe to someone, I do, notifications, and I do the max. I think it's none, half, and then full. And I do full every time. But I think my other settings are not set up properly. That one's set up properly, but not the other ones. So, wow. So 30 in advance. Premiere. Premiere is a pre-recorded video, but with live chat. That's cool. You snuck up on me with my stream. Yeah, I did my hellish washer stream, and I got more feedback about that than any of my others, and everybody missed it. I got some great feedback on my washer one. Hey, you snuck up on me. So yeah, of course, Lady V, you're welcome to come up. B Survivor, you're welcome to come up. I don't know. No, it's one of the upload options. YouTube will notify people of your video 30 minutes out if you have the notifications on. Boy, I hope I have my notifications on. Lady V, B Sifa. Oh, B in Sifa. That's cool. It's again. Hey, Joe, no, we're sleeping in your car. Are you my angel? Are you going to put me in hotels? Oh, man, I love you. I'll take Motel 6. I'll take any kind of hotel, motel. You know, when I've traveled a lot sporadically, and I've been on a low budget. And when I mean low budget, I don't mean $59 a night. I mean low budget. But usually the way I find things to stay at is the $5 crack hotels. Is usually the ones I look for. So, oh, yes. I'm way behind. Yes, I keep forgetting these. Did it? I think it copied it. Let me try this. Oh, Bon Scott died because he had 0.49% alcohol in his system, which I'm, but for the grace of God go I could have been just as crazy as him. Here it is, Lady V. Feel free to come up. Liza, if you're not eating popcorn, you're welcome to come up. Did it go there? Yeah, okay, there's 3 of them. So, yeah, that's what I do. Send me in. I don't have a crack hotels. If you got any crack hotels, I'll stay there. I could come up after all if you want. I can come up after all. Oh, I think that's Liza. Hey, I see your face. Do you want to leave it that way? Thumbs up or thumbs down? I can't hear you. Thumbs up. Okay. You're ready for that. Okay. I just want to give you enough time in case you want to change that. Okay. I'm going to add Lady V in 3, 2, 1.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Lady V.
Give me a second. I'm going to hook my phone here in a second. I'm going to put you down.
Okay. No problem.
I missed you, Joe.
Well, thanks. I guess
everybody in Brittany's. Let me do something about this. Everybody in Brittany's is saying hello, and they'll be glad when you get home too. Everybody, that's a pretty cold area that you're in. I'm sure you know that.
It's pretty chilly. It's pretty chilly. But I still think I'm going to be here for a few days or maybe up to a couple of weeks if I can figure out stuff to do here.
Do you have a way to get home? I mean, do you have money to get home and all of that?
Pretty much. That was part of the whole package. But I think I need it to be a little more productive than just 10 minutes of courtroom time. So that's why I'm trying to get a little more value.
Yeah, I know you were hoping they were going to have something else pretty quick, but so it's just needing a place to sleep outside of your car. Is that what you're needing right now? Because I'm sure people will just if they realize that you're sleeping in your car and you are in Idaho, I'm sure you've got a lot of friends and people out there that will put you up in a hotel because we don't want to lose you, Joe.
Well, I appreciate that. I have been doing it for 12 years. I've been chasing NASCAR for 12 years. And,
well, I know, but in Idaho?
Not that cold, but Minnesota. I mean, but no, I appreciate that. But um, again, if I was God and I could decide how the chess game worked, I would like to raise $800 so I can come back in June, because that's the big failure.
Yeah,
Not only did I raise $800, but now I have to raise $800 twice. So
right.
that's the problem.
I
But
think people will be interested enough though to help you out, but I want to make sure people are aware, because I know you ask, but I want to make sure people are aware that you are used to sleeping in your car for NASCAR, but not in Idaho this time of year. So, I mean, if they know you're out there in your car and your little kitty too, then,
yeah, yeah,
I'm worried about the
France,
cat too.
he's there too for sure. But no, it's all real. I don't turn off the camera and then go to a Hyatt Regency. I really do sleep in the car. That's the real truth. But
So if anybody can help Joe by giving him a PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, whatever, he's leaving the links down below. I know he would appreciate being able to be in a warm room and bring his fluffy fur baby in with him too. So if you can help our friend out, please do.
and I'm disabled, so the cat can come into all
Right.
hotels. It doesn't matter if the hotel takes pets or not. So
So tell me what you've been up to. Anything interesting?
you got a little glitchy there. I didn't hear anything.
So tell me what you've been up to. Anything interesting?
Not really. I'm really digging the library, which is, I have my routine of where I go and stuff. So
For research?
for research and printing up to have things printed up so I
Right.
can remember things. But so, and you rarely find libraries open on Sunday, but it was today, and
Oh,
Saturday's pretty rare, and it was open yesterday. So
that's great.
the setup here is good. It's just that Moscow is an hour and 40 minutes away, so that's the problem.
Yeah,
That's
that takes a lot of gas nowadays too. It's expensive.
and there's nothing. I leave my shower here,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
I have to drive all the way back, for the next day. I can't do that daily. I would
Right.
I'd have to do every other day or every third day or something like that. So,
Right.
but I was trying to talk myself into getting ramped up for tomorrow, and then as I don't plan very well, I realized it's Martin Luther King Jr. Day, so
Yes, it is.
nothing will be open. So I'm really getting ramped up for Tuesday. So I assume I'm gonna wake up early, shower, and then go to Moscow as soon as I can on Tuesday, with hopefully specific plans. Like random. Talk to the two vape businesses, and eating at the grub truckers, and then eating at Jack in the Box over in Washington, and just things like that. I just want to kind of just get reconnected to some of the stuff that, without being sensationalistic. I'm sure they don't want, like I'm I wonder what the grub truckers have done, because the first idea that I heard could happen, which was from us. The first idea I heard they could do is the they'd name the dish
Oh,
Maddie.
Jay, Joe, I hate to interrupt you, but
No,
can
sure.
you drop your PayPal's Cole SF? How do you say that? Cole SF?
Oh no,
I know
not a
I'm
cat.
butchering it.
Yeah,
They
I
want to
can drop
drop
it.
your. They want you to drop your PayPal. He said, "Oh no, not the cat."
I think did that work? Thank you, Kalahu. Kalahu. Hopefully that works. It takes a few seconds. There it is.
There you
Ah,
go.
Kolohi. Kolohi.
Kalohi. Okay, I'm terrible at stuff like that. I'm sorry, Kalohi.
Me too, for sure.
But it sounds right when you say it. Mine sounds completely wrong.
Well, okay, so let's catch up with the comments here a little bit. Hi,
Yeah.
Joe. No more sleeping in your car, buddy. I agree. That sounds great. The link, because I forgot to send it to you, Lady B. Hello. Hola. So, Liza, do you want the link? And Sifa, if you want to come up, you can. I can take screenshots of what I mean and send them to you. Cool. Okay. Through Twitter, as you know, everything. Hello, gorgeous. That's who?
To Liza.
To Liza. Yeah, she is. And of course, I think the greatest rock and roll band in the world, AC/DC. Seriously, Bon Scott died by freezing to death in his car, which may be true, but he
Yes.
also had 0.49, I believe, alcohol in your body, which doesn't happen.
Well, we
Usually,
don't want your little kitty to freeze either. I know
I,
you keep the baby warm. That's probably your first priority, even over you, but it's still, don't want to risk losing you.
and I can agree. I'm there. I'm right there with you. I just don't know what the solution is. But
Kalohi.
Kalohi,
Yeah.
Kalohi.
Kalohi.
So okay, 3
Or
StreamYards.
Kalohe. Well,
Kalohi.
apparently it's a Kalohi because it's a man. And then he said Kalohe. Oh, no, you're Kalohe. You are a woman.
Oh, I'm sorry, we're butchering your name.
Kalohe. That's pretty. I like that. I like both.
Kalohe. And then SF, I assume, is San Francisco, right? Kalohe. Yes, but his friends left him out there to freeze to death too. Oh my goodness. The
That was
first
one of my favorite bands too.
AC/DC.
Yeah, I grew up in
Oh,
that time, man.
oh, that's so cool. And I was kind of a hardcore, I loved Bon Scott, and I was having trouble with Brian Williams. But now, 25 albums later, I'm like, okay, he can be AC/DC too. So, yeah, he cranks it out too. So,
Oh,
Sifa,
Sifa, I wish, that just makes me feel bad. And sometime I would just like to talk to you because I don't care about that. You can talk to me and have fun. We'll have to do that sometime.
so yeah, I haven't read this, but so the first and only time I stayed at the Roadway Inn, which I've stayed at a couple of times, not many, we went into the room and there was blood splatter all over the wall and ceiling. I said, hell no, and walked out and went somewhere else. Amen.
Been
That
there
does.
too, Sifa. I went to a hotel and you could see that they tried to wipe it off, but it was all, I'm like, I'm not staying in this room. Excuse me. No way.
So please get a room. Thank you. I to make the trip worth it, I was going to stay for a couple of days or a couple of weeks. I mean, that's 14 nights of hotel. I mean, I can't even fathom getting that much help from someone. I can't, that doesn't register in my body. Not one bone in my body can understand 14 days of a hotel. Now,
Well, but here's the thing. It doesn't have to come from one person. You have a lot of people that really like you out there, Joe. I mean, if you let them know you need a hotel, I'm sure they can come up with, well, first priority is your money to get there and back. And then, some room, at least, every few days. It would be different if, no, it wouldn't be different if it was in the sun in the summer, because then it'd be too hot too on days. So no, it's not okay.
it's tough. I'm not known for making the most responsible decisions, and yeah, it is too bad that I'm here now and y'all are going. But and by the way, I was gonna just look it up. I have flip flops on with no socks, and I could have worn shorts because it's relatively warm.
Really?
But relatively. But I wanted to pull it up to see what it is. Yeah, I did. I just did laundry, so I always put on shorts to wash everything else. But
I see. Well, I want to let you know how much all of us appreciate your endeavor, though. I mean, honestly, to be in a courtroom with a case of this magnitude, that's pretty cool, even if it was just for 10 minutes. Because this is going to be history. I mean, this guy's name isn't going to be going away for a long time. They're going to be studying him.
Yeah, for sure. And it was cool. And, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so let's try to catch up. I'm way behind. Oh
Okay,
dear,
do
CFA,
your
LOL.
thing.
That's terrifying. Oh no, I'm glad we're communicating or having a dual conversation. B server, no, we don't want to lose you, Joe. Just see, what did I just say earlier about the ledge of a hotel? What did I just say? So just keep that in mind. Yep, it can be done. Cool. Thank you. It was a little too obvious. It hadn't been clean. Sifa, that is a horrible thing. That is
Mm-mm.
horrible. And B server, B survivor. Oh, geesh. And Kalohi,
Are you
Kalohe.
coming up, B?
Yeah, B and Liza. I know you can't eat popcorn forever, Liza.
She was looking for her earphone, her mic thing.
Who, Liza?
Liza,
See,
yeah.
see, I'm way behind, but I'll just post it anyway. So B, that can be for you or for Liza if she found her ear thing. Um, do you run your heater while sleeping? Absolutely not. I can't afford the gas. It's a very warm car. I've been really lucky. I've been doing this for 12 years, and like Leda V said, the summer months are just as dangerous as the winter months. And I've had these cars, not nice cars, they're Hondas, Hyundais, uh, Toyotas. Now I have a Cadillac. My sister gave me a Cadillac. I am not a Cadillac kind of person, but it's really insulated. It's a really warm car, and I've been really lucky that way. I've gotten into other cars, and they were freezing, and I'm like, I can't stay in this car. Not that I would, if I was given a car, I would stay in a cold car. But I have hidden disabilities too, Joe Hart. Well, thank you. And then Liza, I cannot find my mics. Just scream loud enough. So, so drop your PayPal in the chat,
She
please.
doesn't, but she doesn't understand, Liza. If you get on your iPad and you just turn your volume up, it has a mic. I'm just talking on my phone. I don't have anything but my phone here, and I'm talking through it like I would if I was on a call and I put it on speakerphone, and it will work. Actually, it might work better for you than having your mic and headphones there.
Wow. So yeah, I mean, okay. So B server is down here, B survivor. So I'm going to add her to the stream. So she'll be at it in 3, 2, 1. Hey B, how are you?
Hi, how are you guys?
Pretty good.
How are you? Good. How are you, sweetheart?
I'm good. Glad to
Good.
see you both.
Well,
Good to see. He's the only one I will come on showing my face with.
He's the only one I'll come on in general.
And don't ever feel like you have to. I just
I
want.
know I don't.
I mean, for one panel, I did have an icon for me just because there was 6 other people that had icons, so I decided to do it. But
Well,
it wasn't really peer pressure,
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. It's like if everybody has an icon, you feel kind of weird. But I don't feel weird if I have an icon on with you. But since you're live, and if I look decent, I mean, I look like I've been through my day. But if I look decent, I don't mind coming on.
And here is Liza Minnelli. Oh no, the real Liza. Here's Liza. So I'm going to add Liza in 3, 2, 1. Hello, Liza.
Hello.
How are you?
Hi, Liza.
Hi.
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 Lady V. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Fine. I slept so much after Valerie's StreamYard.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Was it good?
It was good, but it was like 6 hours.
Yeah, we went into the morning. People was listening to it when they went to bed, and when they got up the next morning, we were still at it.
Oh my God.
And they were still wanting us to go.
I was in the kitchen making coffee, and my boys start coming out of the room like, where were you? Like, you're supposed to be in your room. What are you doing in the kitchen, woman?
And the coffee.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like, oh my God.
I had a blast.
I did. I did. I had a blast too. I don't know. I like it. But that's why I understand a little bit what Joe has to be.
Right.
I like my schedules.
Yes, I
I
do
like,
too.
I like my schedule, my places, my pillow, everything in their place. And when I had to travel, ugh, it's 3 days getting used to it. To
Yeah,
me.
me too.
Same.
Now you too.
Now you got a bunch of women yakking on here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. I am. I'm trying to. I'm getting. Anyway, I'm trying to get. I'm getting distracted by the comments. I guess Kalehe did not get the PayPal, so I just sent it again. But it's the same thing. So if she didn't get it the first time, then she didn't get it the second time.
Okay, let me ask you, if it's Kalohe or Kalohe. I'm assuming hey.
I think it's hey for the female. I just
No,
don't know the
go
second.
Kalohe.
Okay. I
That's
wanted to
what I
make
get.
sure I didn't misunderstand what she put.
So okay. So I hope you have now gotten it. But let me go back. We're a little behind
PayPal
here.
pink. It's not popping your PayPal link.
It's not doing what with it?
It's not working. It's
Really?
not pop. Oh, there it is. Do you see it now? She said she didn't see it.
Just call me SF. We can do that if it's San Francisco. I think I've asked that before. Sorry about my memory. I don't remember things too well. Um, so, are you in top chat or lab chat? Well, let me just go. Let's see here. So I'm going to add a space. I don't know if that's necessary, but I think it helps in the past. It did. Okay. So I just added a space. So I'm going to send this again. And Lady V, if you can just find out if it works for you, then we'll. It works for me. It works for Setha. Well, there. Well, I just sent it again. So that's it with a space, which sometimes a space helps. It hasn't appeared yet. For me, it has appeared not yet. Oh my goodness. There it is. So it has now appeared. So SF, have you gotten that? You're on mute.
There, it worked for me. I have to go the opposite direction. It confuses my brain.
Ah, okay.
When I'm
So,
over here, it's like being in a mirror.
so of course, I welcome all help, and so SF says, drop your PayPal in the chat, please, and we can post in Brittany's channel if she approves. So, and of course, I would only do something like that if Brittany approves. We've communicated in the past, but I don't think I'm necessarily her cup of tea or something. I'm not really sure what, but yeah, I have the four. I have Cash, PayPal, uh, GoFundMe, and something else. The other company that PayPal owns.
Venmo.
Yeah, Venmo. Yes. So I do welcome all that, but I don't know if SF, if you would bring that information to Brittany, or if I would, I'm
I would let her take it.
SF. Okay, yeah. So
And I mean, they're live right now. So, I mean, she could ask Brittany now, and then maybe it'd help you out a little bit more tonight, too.
Oh,
Well, tonight would be the best time because I already told her I was coming over here because I saw you pop up and she had asked me about you, that you had said hello, and she wanted me to say hello, and everybody's a little worried about you right now. Because I told him he's sleeping in his car. So that's why I said right now it'd probably be the best time because it's already been talked about.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Whoops. Sorry. Now, Britt will be mad at me.
Who?
Let's see here. So SF, you have to ask Britt. And then SF says, "Oh, okay. Whoops, sorry. Now Britt will be mad at me." I don't think there. I
Why
don't.
would she can say no. Just
I,
ask her.
I,
Just ask one of the. Hmm, let's see.
how about Shay Benet really likes me?
Shay Benet's not on there tonight that I see.
Oh,
No, I, don't,
Val,
I didn't see her tonight.
Valerie really likes me, and Allie really likes me.
Well, I didn't stay that much. Was Valerie there?
Yeah, she was there, but I'm looking at my TV. I got them over here and you over here. They sound a little like they're a little into something right now. So I don't know. It might be a good time to run over. I would just run over there and say, hey, we were wondering if we could drop a cash out for Joe. He's for hotels. And the worst that she can say is no or ignore. If she ignores it, just let it go.
Yeah.
But she probably will say yes. But most people won't say no. They might ignore it, but they won't say no. So just make sure she has time to see it. And she won't be mad.
No.
People ask all the time for things.
I'll go look at your description for PayPal link. Be right back. Hey, Joe, did my Cash App come through? I don't know. I'm not the smoothest on all that stuff.
Well, I'm very, very extremely bad.
I think it tells me first Cash App. There you go. Thank you. Yes, it did. Thank you very much, Sifa. I really appreciate that. Okay, so I'm way behind on comments, but I did like how Liza said Moscow on Tuesday will be different with the kids back, and that's why I'm kind of shooting for Tuesday too, because I printed up their schedule, but I didn't realize that was Tuesday. But yeah, that will be nice. Is that their first day back, Liza?
I think no. I think that they have this week already, but yeah, more everybody will wait until after Martin Luther King Day.
Yeah, for sure.
What I think I will do. I did that before, but I think that it will feel, at least with all those young souls, it will feel a little bit more alive than the first time that you just went there, and that will give you a better feeling. I don't know, the young always, to me, gives me a little bit of, okay, there's a little bit of hope in this world.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
When you went there, you went for a very, you have so little time. You were so lucky that you made it. It was all these people, with about it, very gruesome business that you had to attend, and all that stress, and now it will. I think that you will feel a little different.
Yeah, I think Tuesday will be much different for sure.
Yeah, and
but
I wanted to say something. Oh, I didn't have. I heard an interview in another channel that I'm not gonna say which one unless you want me to, but it was the mother of two students that go to the Idaho University, and she was not very kind talking about things
right
going around the town.
Oh golly.
Yeah.
And that's a video, or yeah, you can send that stuff to me if you want.
No. She called another YouTube channel.
Oh,
And by chance, because it was not even my, it was not in my schedule.
right.
I was looking at something in the computer, and this friend of mine told me about them, and it popped up, and I'm like, this is crazy, but I'm going to go. And I heard the lady, and I was like, oh my God, she's spilling the beans.
Oh man.
Well, not it's not spilling the beans. Not show me a town in America and in any place in the world that is perfect.
Right, that's true.
Exactly.
I mean, there's problems everywhere.
Amen.
Oh, my mic is having a problem. It's not my mic, it's my internet. Let me get closer to my internet.
That's why I'm being so quiet. I'm like listening intently because the mic
I
is,
know.
the mic is
I
like
like
pop, 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 pop.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's right.
Oh no, it's okay.
You're worth it.
I like to hear your insight, so I was listening real hard.
Yeah, I like listening to you too, Liza. But yeah,
Yeah.
there's always some little popping going on with you, but that's okay.
Yeah, Liza usually always has really good things to say, and they always make me think.
Yeah, they do. She's very, very smart.
Yeah.
Thank you, Liza. So SF, you won't set up a Nancy Grace table? What's that mean? What's a Nancy Grace
Nancy
table?
Grace had a table taken out to the house where she was sitting in front of the house that this happened up with a table, and people are like, if you go home, we don't want you here, Nancy. It was bad.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
She's something else. But yeah, I heard we were at the house the same day, or I missed her by a day or whatever. But I certainly would talk to her. I'll talk to. I don't have filters. I would talk to anybody that was in front of me. For
I
sure.
can see.
I would
So-
love to talk to Nancy Grace.
Yeah,
Would
I
ya?
don't. I just love to talk to people. So
Me too.
I don't
I'll
like
talk
that
to
part, but-
anybody. My
Me
husband's like,
too.
you'll talk to anybody.
Yeah.
I wish I liked that part, but I do like talking. So yes, it was also choking on his puke. We're still talking about Bon Scott. Bon Scott was great, but lots of people don't know about the freeze to death part about Bon Scott. Well, that's because he was an active A word. I guess we're not supposed to say the A word either, but he was very active. He was very proud of how much he could drink. Very proud of it. It was part of his persona. It was part of his singing. It was part of the band. There's only going to be one way that he was going to die. That was the only way that he was going to choose. But so that's I know a lot about rock and roll. So I'm really surprised that I didn't know about freezing to death part, for sure. So Sifa, I have too many issues that I don't want to broadcast for the world to see. Haha. One of those being Tourette's. But thanks you for the invite. Also, I sent you a Cash App. Thank you. And I support all persons with disabilities, invisible disabilities. I support all of them.
Me too. Oh,
Yeah.
wife is gone.
Yeah. Golly,
Aw.
come back. Loved Bon Scott. Yeah, SF. I love Bon Scott too. Where you went, Sifa? Liza? Where you went, Sifa? I think you left instead of Sifa did. I think we all understand Sifa. Yes, a lot. I didn't get the PayPal link. I hope she's gotten it by now. What do you mean, Liza? Now, so I don't really. Liza's back. Okay, I'm going to add Liza in 3, 2, 1. Hi, Liza. How are you? Is your mic your mic is muted?
Are you muted?
There it is.
Oh, hello.
Hello. How are you?
Hello.
Hello. Better now?
Yes. On my end. It
Okay.
is.
I'm just going to say real quick. I like being on here with Joe, and I like actually him being able to see my face and you all being able to see my face and stuff and not have to worry about 10,000 people in the chat going, oh, blah, 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 you know, you're ugly, you're beautiful, I don't, whatever. So I have my an appointment with the nail salon school tomorrow. So I'm finishing up 2 fingernails. So
Woohoo!
that's what I'm doing, but I am very engaged in everything. Okay.
That's perfect. You can always do whatever you want.
You're so
Cool.
sweet.
Thank you.
So
Well,
can I just say something really quick?
please be and take all the time you want.
Lady V, I saw you, I think it was in Brittany's chat last night.
Yeah.
Were you up on there?
Yes, I was.
Oh, okay. So I don't want to say much because I don't want to like upset or anything. I was
No,
like
I
totally,
won't get upset. I'm fine.
I was totally emotional with you, like sobbing on the other end. And I kept sending you messages in hopes that you would see them. And I was sending one joke to like try to get your hopes up, but I don't think you saw it. But I was saying,
No, I actually was going to try to not rewatch it because I want to see it, but because I wanted to be able to respond to people's, let them know I did see what they say, but I haven't had a chance yet.
oh,
wow.
I was totally just like, oh my God, I love you, Lady V. It's okay. Like, but anywho's, I was trying to send you a joke to like make you laugh in the moment because you were like, you know, if anybody wants to be my nail model. And I was like, I would totally let you do
I
my
did see
nails.
that.
You
You
did?
didn't see, yes, you didn't see my
And I
response,
said,
did
but
you?
you know the situation, so you can't do my nails, unfortunately.
But did you see my response to you? Apparently you didn't.
No, I didn't.
I said I can also do hand massages.
Oh my gosh, that is so sweet.
So I could do a, you know, I mean, if I'm doing nails, that's one thing, but you know, if my husband one time paid one of these places where I was going to get my nails done, he paid this one lady. He said, "I'll pay you $10 if you just massage my hands for a few minutes." And
Oh
Oh,
my gosh, I was hoping it would make you laugh.
it did. It made me. Yes, it did. It brought a smile to my
And I
face.
was like, you know the story.
Yeah, I do. I do. So anyway, let's get back to Joe.
Yes, yes, yes.
no, that's fine. That was very nice of you, B, and I'm sorry I missed it, Lady V. I would support with anything you said, and I'm sorry to hear that it was. I
Oh,
don't know about it.
no,
So
it was just um me
It
starting.
was full of chorus. I don't have the BALLS to do that. It was amazing, Lady B.
BLLLS. Oh, well, none of y'all have those. It took me a while to spell that, but okay.
Thank you, Liza.
It
Well,
was
courage
wow.
is good. Courage is a good
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
Courage.
it was a nice moment. It was really nice.
Before we get off the subject, did you girls subscribe to my YouTube channel?
I think I have. If I haven't, I definitely will when I get off of here.
I
Okay,
didn't.
well, I was gonna say real quick, subscribe, and then I know Liza's in Discord. Are you in Discord, B Survivor?
Am I in this what now?
Are you in the Discord from Brittany's?
No, I don't even know what that means.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, subscribe to me and then we'll figure it out, because what I want to do is I want to discuss some plans and get some ideas from everybody about how I want to run it. And I think you guys will be very happy about it.
Okay. Yeah, totally.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, everybody follow
I'll
her.
try to drop my link in here with Joe for you.
I like to support everybody, so.
All I know is you have 2 accounts, and I follow both. But I assume there's one you're focusing on. But you can drop both for sure.
Yeah, Nail Elegance by Lady V. I'm starting my nail tech classes.
Woohoo.
And I wanted to, the reason I had that nail tech or that Lady Nail Elegance by Lady V is because I wanted to like just document my journey in, you know, doing nail tech classes and stuff just for posterity for my kids. But I thought I could also use it as a blessing for people. So I got some ideas. So I'll
very
go
happy
get it.
for
I'll be
you.
right back, and then Joe can get back to his stuff because he's the important one here.
No problem. I'm just I guess I missed the whole conversation with Kolohe Essa.
Kalohe, yeah.
And I guess she got a little frustrated that she wasn't getting my link. And then she said, never mind, I give up. And she left.
Is
But
it one? Oh,
so I guess I missed most of that. I was trying to get it to her, and I tried to get it to her 3 times, I thought. But and I, I'm hypersensitive. I'm not usually the best person to talk about JoeHart. And she went, "Oh, whoops, Brittany will be mad or something." And I just don't. I'm not confident enough to say, "Oh, I know that person would love me," and they would say great things about me.
I know, I get it.
I
well,
wish I knew how to say that, but I can't say that.
I think I'll head over there on. I've got them on my TV. I've got you right here, your chat right here. But I think I'll switch to Brittany's chat and ask her if it's okay if I send it to Valerie and have her drop it.
That would be great. I would appreciate it, and it's never would have crossed my mind. So if it doesn't happen, that's fine also. But
Okay.
but I have the Cash, the Venmo, the GoFundMe, and the.
Which one would you prefer? Because I think one will be enough for right now.
I guess I prefer Cash, but it doesn't have it can be any of them.
The Cash App.
Yeah, Cash App.
Okay,
good.
whichever one you want. It doesn't matter. I'll be back in a minute.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm going to stay here. I'm just going to be down here.
Okay. Thank you, and take as much time as you need to do that. And tell Kalohe that we're trying to get her the information. I'm sorry, was that you, Liza?
Yes, I was going to. I'm so sometimes most of the time I keep track of several things, but today I have everything. It's down today. Sundays are not good in where I live.
Oh,
like
golly.
Everybody's in their house, everybody's watching the game, and the internet is just a mess. I will have send something to Valerie, but
Right.
I was going to tell you. Oh yes, the lady said what? I cannot read chat. What do you mean, Lisa? Oh God, see if I don't know when I said.
When you said where you went, Sifa.
Oh yes, he was talking about a hotel that
the creepy hotel with blood splatter.
I was like,
Like,
what
what in the world?
that?
That's horrifying.
Yeah, I mean, I have seen bad things, but wow, that was.
I would have left too.
Yeah.
Some people would pay extra for that, probably. So yeah.
Oh,
probably, yeah.
My kids,
I wouldn't.
My
No
kids
way.
Watch these two twins on YouTube, Twin Paranormal, and they go after ghosts and things like that. And they pay good money to stay in the haunted houses. And these people buy the houses just to give it for a few hours for ghost hunters. They don't even live there.
Yeah, they're way braver than I am.
For sure.
I don't want anything to do with those kind of things. I mean, I'm like,
no, me either.
No doubt.
I once had an experience, and it was enough for me. I don't know if it was my mind. I don't know if it was true. I have no clue, but I don't want to figure out either. I just, I'm too shaken for that. You need a van or a motorhome. Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, man. I love her ideas. I wonder if she won the lottery or anything.
Well, but it's a good, it's a good way to, to look to the future.
Amen. I want a Class B motorhome.
That's what you should have. Yeah. My dad has one of those. And
did he?
Yeah. So I've looked at those. That would be perfect for you.
Me and the kitty. It'd be cool. The PayPal link is not popping up. Golly, I'm not sure why. Are you on top chat or live chat? I'm on live chat. Thanks, Ziffer, for trying to figure that out, but I guess I missed it all. Okay, then it's me. I tried. Never mind. I give up. It's my computer. You have to ask Britt. Oh, oops. Sorry. Now Britt will be mad at me. No, she won't be mad. I,
Yeah.
I, I just don't have the positivity about myself to just, I can't do that. That's all.
I don't have it sometimes. And I had a talk with Lady B, and Lady B told me that somebody told her in her past, the worst that people can say is no.
Amen.
And I was like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
One of the I'm not really active in recovery now, but I'm still sober since I got it involved. And one of the I've learned a lot from AA and the 12 steps of recovery, and I think the 12 steps can help all humans. They don't need any addiction, they don't need anything, and it helps all humans. But anyway, one of the things it taught me is phrases, and anyway, that's a big buildup for a small phrase. But the phrase is, other people's opinion about me is none of my business. So I always thought that was kind of cool. It was like, okay, yeah, I can just do my part of the street. I can just do my side. So anyway.
Yeah, that's, well, you have to teach your kids that too, because nobody lives your life. Nobody knows what you're coming from, what you have to do to survive. What was it? Then, hey, I mean, if they want to all opine, they can opine all they want. 10 minutes later, something else will catch their mind, and they will forget about us. We're human beings. We're faulted. We talk about people, and then I actually today, one of my sons was talking about one of his friends, and I have to take off wherever I was. I was in the kitchen, and I was hearing him in the place that they play their video games, and I was like, excuse me, the moment that you tell me that you are perfect, you can talk about your friend. Okay,
right.
then,
It's a good point.
Yeah, he was talking about with the other boy about this boy is this and that, and they are friends. They are really friends. And I'm like, no. When you're perfect, you can talk about him. In the meantime, just shut up. Mom,
amen.
how you can hear me? You were in the kitchen. I hear everything.
Because I'm a mother.
It just happens that way.
Yeah, but yes, I mean, yeah. Anyway, one thing I was going to tell you, and maybe you can hear things in the library. I remember I used to get make friends with the librarians. They know everything in the towns. And
really?
Yes, they are great. The librarians, they know everything about everybody. Anyway, the lady, the mother of the kids that go to the Idaho University, one of the things that she said that the drug problem is rampant in that place. And I was thinking, well, drug problems are rampant everywhere because we have the problem with the sickness that we have, and a lot of people lost their jobs.
Oh man.
But and they are seeking supplementary income selling those things. But and another thing, you have two huge, well, huge no, but two big universities full of people that want to try new things in less than 20 minutes of each other. Then of course that the problem with that substances it's going to be terrible right now.
Wow, golly.
But she was she was mad. She was not concerned. She was to the point that she was very mad.
Oh golly.
Hello, Neil.
Neil. Yeah. Hey,
Neil.
Neil. How are you? It's good to see you. So, so yeah, I'm what I said, more than an hour ago when I started this stream is I had a couple of things propped up, but not really too well. I don't know if everybody has seen the News Nation special that Brian Enton hosted, and I think it was Sunday night at 9. So I think it was a week ago tonight, and he didn't know when it was running again, but his producer was telling everybody during moments, spaces, yeah. Uh, you're probably not on Twitter, but Twitter is where you tweet, but they have this new thing called Spaces where it's just an audio. You just listen to people talking, and so Brian. Anyway, they do that about every other day or so, or did. Um, but anyway, I still have yet to see his special, and now it's a week old, so you'd be like, "Oh, that's old news." But so I do have that queued up. Now, I didn't formally get permission, so I don't, I'm
I
not
have
sure.
no idea how that works.
I think that you can run it, but you have to introduce commentary, as far as I know.
That's what I've heard, but
But Sifa will know better. Sifa is.
Yeah.
and I've heard people say that it only affects you when you monetize, and boy, am I far from monetizing. but I guess you can. I have heard you can earn demerits for the future. So I'm like, well, maybe I don't want to earn demerits for the future.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's
You do whatever you
interesting.
want to do.
Yeah, I haven't seen
Just
that.
yeah, I don't
haven't seen
know.
the program.
I haven't seen anything, but I am so tech unsavvy, so I don't know what happens when you do anything on here. I don't want your channel to get taken down either.
Well, I appreciate that thought. So I don't. Why don't we start it, and maybe watch 2 or 3 or 4 minutes, and then pause it as if there is going to be a commentator.
Yeah.
No, it affects you both. It affects you both. No, it affects you both.
Both? Me?
Well, not
Liza?
her.
Who?
Do you mean B and Liza? I don't want to do anything to affect them.
What I did now. I want to do something and I don't know what I did.
Yeah, I grew up in this generation. I should know, but I don't know anything.
Well, let's keep an open topic. What do y'all want to talk about? What's oh, okay. So I got over to YouTube Live, and I'm on this roller coaster. No doubt, I'm still on a roller coaster every single day. And so earlier today, I got into YouTube and I started looking, and I would say more than half the typical streamers about Idaho 4, easily more than half of them, are on completely different cases. So it's a copyright strike that you can get if you play other stuff or something copyrighted. Well, they're definitely copyrighted. I can't get more serious than them. That's for sure.
No, but I have seen so many people that run. Who's her name? Ashley.
Yeah, everybody does it though.
Ashley Banfield, yeah.
Yeah.
I assume it's supply and demand. If you're under the radar, if you're not big enough, then they won't. But yeah, Sifa, could you clarify that statement? Are you talking about Liza and B?
Maybe we need to read the rules of finally.
You can
I
get
read
to,
every rule you want, but YouTube rules, I look at them and I'm like, oh no.
I don't. I'm one of those I click I agree and then they have all my life info. So, whoopsies.
and I think B, I'm similar to you, and I think people like you and I have won hundreds of cases in court where we said we don't really read that stuff, and you can't expect us to read that stuff, and we won the case. They're
really good.
Well, because they're saying it's 10 pages, and people just want the app, so they're just hitting.
I can't. My brain can't function that many words. Like I can't even put my own thought together to think what I want to eat. It's just like it's way too much. Unless it's something I'm interested in, then that's totally different. I can read away, but ugh.
So okay, Sifa. But anyway, yeah, let's just do open topic.
But he's okay. Some people will allow you to stream their stuff. Some will not. Not only the streamer. Oh, okay. I probably will do that. I will read the rules. Huh.
Hmm.
Then how we know if they allowed? Who was it? What you had prepared? Which channel was it?
News Nation. I mean, that's incredibly.
I
I mean,
feel
that's
like
like
everybody does News Nation once, right?
well, Banfield is News Nation.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people do Brian Enton off Twitter, and he'll put full videos on Twitter. So people show his stuff on Twitter. But I'm assuming most people that show that stuff, they know the tricks. They know they can show 29 seconds and then talk for 10 seconds and show 5 minutes and then talk for 1 minute. And, they probably know the tricks.
So we
Not
need to figure out the tricks.
right. I'm sure there's some tricks and stuff. And I was,
Interesting.
I mean, hell, I could watch that later. I mean, it's 40. How commercials affect things. It's an hour show, but the show is 42 minutes. I mean, that's pretty quick. I can watch that. So Sifa says the safe way to do it is to pause it often and talk between pauses. That way you're applying commentary. Now, I'm following everything you said except for that one comment. And I'll go back to it, Sifa. And I've asked about it, but so it says, no, it affects you both. Can you clarify if you're talking about B Survivor and Liza, or if you're only talking about me? I assume it only affects me because they don't have the control pan. They don't have the knobs in front of them.
Well, but it will make sense because in order to be here, I have to have a channel. I don't have anything there, but I have a channel.
Same.
And if they're going to strike you, why they are not going to strike me? Because we are using the same.
Well, I wouldn't even consider doing it if it affects you two. It's
no,
not
but
even...
he already said we can use it as long as we make commentaries.
Yeah, I think that's how I always see people do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think I've seen that. But
Yeah.
I just wanted him... No, it only affects the channel streaming it.
Ah, okay.
So who is both? Who are you referring when you say both?
Who is both?
No, it affects you both. I think I was saying an either or, like if I played it with breaks or if I don't play it with breaks or something like that.
Yeah,
so he might have meant both that way, but I thought you meant my panel up here. So that's no good. I don't want that.
I mean, it's not like I'd be very affected. I don't have anything on my page either.
Yeah. I mean, if they strike me, it's the first time that YouTube will say hi to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, here's Lady V. So I'm going to add Lady in 3, 2, 1. Uh-oh.
Oh.
She's really busy right now, so I wasn't able to get a response.
Okay, cool. Thank you for trying.
Well, if I ask her later, or Valerie or Shay can ask her later, then I'll see if she can drop it in the chat the next live, since you do have some funding for right now.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Okay. She's just really involved in some maps and lots and lots of questions right now, so I don't think she even seen it. And I didn't want to do it again.
Yeah, that's cool. Thank you for doing it once, and I appreciate you. And yeah, I mean, it's...
Okay, let's go with what you have in mind, Joe. And thank you, Lady B.
So my pleasure.
So you want to start this video?
I'm down for whatever, yeah.
What are we watching?
Well, I wanted to show News Nation special, and Brian Enton was the host, and it was a Sunday night at 9 p.m. I think it was a week ago, and it was just the the Idaho Forest summary or up to date or whatever like that. But
yes,
it's 42 minutes long, and I haven't formally gotten the permission, and Sifa's trying to...
I'm not, yeah, but if Lisa or B Survivors screen share it on a stream, then Sanjeev's On Joe's channel, Joe gets in trouble. I'm not going to share anything.
And
I don't
that's
share
all.
anything.
That's all I care about, Sifa. I want all the blame to be on me. I don't want it to touch them at all. So that's all
No.
I cared about. So that's cool.
No. If I share what we are doing now, but
Right, right.
I'm not going to do that.
Okay, cool.
And be Survivor is not, and Lady B is not.
No.
Then you're fine.
Okay. So I'll try it. I'll start it. And then, maybe we'll pause after 2 or 3 minutes, just to pause and have a commentary, and then try that again, and I might get more confident. Maybe I'll have BALLSs to go go longer, and then go 10 minutes or 15 minutes. But
Sounds good.
so Sifa says put the link to it in your description in your stream on here. That also helps to make it less chance of a strike. Can I change that title later? Edit.
Oh, so technical. Why is it's 2023? This should be easy.
I believe that you can do it at the end. When you release the.
Okay, I'll close that. It had an edit button, but yeah, I don't want to go there now. Okay, cool. So do I say Brian Enton's special? Brian Enton's special. Okay, well, let's go to it. It's basically queued. Yes, at the end is fine. Okay, thank you, Sifa. So it's going to take me a while, or a few minutes. It's not, I can't perfectly queue it up. I don't like things that aren't perfect, but let's see here.
I don't like things that are not perfect, but then I have to live with myself.
There you go. That's the way I should. Yeah, amen. Okay, that's it. It should be. Why is it going further? It's not going back.
Well, in between you do that, the lady was asking something, and I didn't thought about it, and I was like, no. She said, since we're having the problems between the two universities, not between the two universities, the problems with the law and with Brian living in one state and what he is a suspect of doing happen in another state. She was saying, why is not the FBI full completely this go federal instead of in Idaho? And I was like, oh,
That's a great question.
Yeah, I was wondering that too, because it crosses the lines, right?
exactly. I was like, oh, I haven't. Idaho has, every state, of course, in this beautiful country is different, and they have, matches with federal law. But Idaho is one of those states that, oh boy, I mean, they keep laws from 1883.
There's some
And-
crazy laws on books.
Yeah, I have been to some of them because I needed a rapid response, but I haven't touched on that. I was like, oh, she has a good point. Why they haven't done that? Because a lot of people. And Joe, tell me when you have the cue. I was just.
I'm
trying to
ready
figure
whenever
out-
you are, but I like this
Okay.
topic.
No, let we continue
Okay,
when in a few minutes.
I like that topic. Okay,
Gives us something to talk about in between cuts, right?
Yeah.
amen. So it has.
I don't know if it's mentioned on the app.
It keeps jumping around. Let me try this one more time. Or I'm going to keep trying until.
Okay, then I'm gonna continue with the commentary and you tell me. Then she said this, let me see. She also said that all the evidence should be with the federal courts, and that the way she sees it and other parents is that they are wasting time trying to do the trial in Idaho, because they how you find how you have find jurors
One
that
of the
are
most
there you go.
criminals.
Reportedly been made in the quadruple stabbing death of 4 college students.
2,500 miles from Moscow, Idaho, the twist that no one saw coming.
We have an individual in custody who committed these horrible crimes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
And the chilling revelation that a criminology student may just be one of the most sought-after criminals.
I looked at the picture and I was like, I couldn't believe who it was. It was Brian Kohberger.
But this mystery is just starting to unravel.
I said early on that we're not going to let any stone go unturned, and I meant that.
And the dots are just starting to connect.
He was always showing up a little late.
And he told me he's fascinating on what he's doing and stuff like that.
Tonight, what led investigators across the country
Days.
to Brian Kohberger's front door? And what could bring the families of Kaylee, Maddie, Xana, and Ethan one step closer to a conviction.
There's going to be somebody there looking him in the face and letting him know that this isn't going away anytime soon.
A News Nation special report, Idaho Murder Mystery.
This is just the beginning.
Starts right now. Good evening, I'm Brian Entin, live from outside the jail in Moscow, Idaho, for this News Nation special report. For more than a month now, I have been here as this town and really the world was trying to make sense of what happened inside the home where 4 college students were brutally murdered. At the time, we did not know a lot. Some worried that this case would never be solved. But this past week, so much has happened. A suspect charged, and with that, an arrest document that laid out how police connected Brian Kohberger to this crime. Tonight, we are taking you through these major developments step by step, the facts of the case, and what we still don't know. We're going to dive into the forensics, the DNA, the cell phone data, and how this could all lead to a conviction. And we are going to remain centered on the victims throughout. Kaylee Gonzalez, Maddie Mogan, Ethan Chapin, and Xana Kernodle, because at the end of the day, really, it is all about them, their families, their grief, and justice. I'm going to be joined by Kaylee's sister, Olivia. She is speaking out for the first time since the arrest was made, and we thank her very much for joining us tonight. But first, so many new details from a single document, changing almost everything we thought we knew about what happened on November 13th.
It seems likely that maybe they were sleeping.
That was the narrative about the 4 college students killed in the King Road home that we heard for weeks. But the new arrest affidavit paints a very different story. A night that had everyone in their rooms or asleep much later, at 4 a.m., except for Xana, who ordered food on DoorDash. After that, a surviving roommate notes a series of sounds that woke her up. What she thought was Kaylee playing with her dog. The words, "There's someone here," crying from Xana's room, and a male voice saying something like, "It's okay, I'm going to help you." And then the most shocking of them all, according to the affidavit, the surviving roommate opens the door and sees what appears to be the killer, clad in black clothing with a mask that covered the person's mouth and nose, walking towards her. She describes him as not very muscular, but athletically built with bushy eyebrows, and stood in a frozen shock phase as he walked past her and back out the sliding glass door. She then locked herself in her room. 911 was not called until 11:58 that morning.
But still this interesting question of she didn't call the police.
But it raises a question is what was happening in that period of time?
Obviously, you'd like to call right away so you can have an immediate response and get on.
So maybe I'll pause there. Any opinions on what we've seen so far? Or back to that topic that Liza was talking about.
I'd like that the question, what led the authorities to Brian's front door? Because after they was talk of the Elantra, it was like a week and they got the guy. How it was that fast? Nobody has. I wonder. You didn't wonder how they did it so fast?
I'm not looking at the affidavit currently, but I thought the affidavit was teaching us that the Washington State University police located the car and then located his license, his driver's license, basically immediately. You know, it was probably within 2 weeks of the murder. So I think the affidavit is saying, therefore, they had 2 or 3 weeks to find them. You know, I mean, it was, but yeah, I think that's the change once we got the affidavit, is that they were aware of the Elantra and Brian way earlier than they told us. Does that make sense?
Then you believe that they were aware of both car and their man before they told us that they were looking for the Elantra.
Yes, they had us looking for the Elantra after they found the Elantra.
Joe, you're having some
here.
roboting, at least to me. Is it me or you?
I can hear it too, yeah. Oh, now I can't hear Joe.
We can't hear you, Joe. We can't hear you.
What's that?
That happened.
Well, you were having some
Is that-
roboting.
Is it still roboting?
Maybe it's the channel, not just. Maybe it's your
Well,
connection.
The video was,
it
pausing.
was fine. But that could have something to do with it. I don't know. It's not that bad.
The video was pausing at the beginning, but then it was fine.
Right.
And then your audio came a little. Just talk to us.
Robot?
Yeah,
Yeah,
robot.
the robot.
No, but you're fine now.
No, your voice, yeah, you're good.
Maybe I was actually sounding like a robot.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so
Can
what are we
you
looking
hear
in the
me?
Washington State? I can hear you. Can you?
It's bad.
Yeah, it's still a little bit bad on my end.
Okay, let me find something extensive to talk about this works. This doesn't look like the right thing. 12:59. Okay, sorry. It's taking me a while to find it.
Well, I was wondering about that, but because if they knew before they told us about the suspect and his car, then they were after him and watching him.
So okay, I was gone part of the time. So Joe's under the impression that they knew about him and the car or before they
told us.
Okay, I'm confused.
Before they told the public.
Now,
okay.
Now, I'm trying to find it. I don't think they were aware that he might for sure be the killer. I think, but here is the date on November 29th, which I think he was arrested December 30th or something like that. I think it was December 30th. So that's a whole month. You know, at 12:28 in the morning, Washington State University queried about white Elantras. And then one of his buddies, 30 minutes later, they found the Elantra with the Pennsylvania license plate on it, registered to Brian Koberger's. And so they looked up his ID. And his ID had bushy eyebrows. Maybe that's what got me all.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, are you on that? Page 10. Page 10 is what I'm on.
I'm gonna go for them. I cannot remember, but it seems to me, I hope they have a lot more, because they have 22,000 Elantras.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay,
yeah, that's crazy.
That's a lot. Then they
in that state alone.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
Wow.
geez.
That's what the chief of police said.
I think it was 2 states, but it was regions of 2 states. But yeah, that's just way too many cars. I mean, how do you do that? That's too many.
Well, I guess you do it, but wow, it was fast. And then, okay, they got the car. The car, it has Pennsylvania plates, but he changed the plates because he had to change the plates. They were close to expire.
They were going to expire, yes.
Yes. And then the officer said he looked at his driver's license and he had bushy eyebrows. Really?
Yeah,
that was
I remember that.
I mean, if you're gonna give me that as your of one of your reasons, you're gonna have to do better.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was the judge, I will say, okay, but you're gonna have to change this because I'm not signing this who does the bushy eyebrow thingy.
Right.
But
you can find thousands of people with bushy eyebrows.
And the other, I think that Brian said black clothing, and I don't remember that in the affidavit.
The black clothing?
No, it was in it.
Oh, okay.
That Dylan saw someone dressed in black, is the way she described it.
And some sort of face covering.
Yes. Covering his nose and mouth. But she could see the bushy eyebrows.
There's so many things I don't understand.
I wonder if it was one of those, like, what do you call them? Balaclavas? Is that how you say it? I wonder if it's one of those. Because if he had just a COVID mask on that was black and like his hood up, or if he had a COVID mask and like a baseball cap, then that could have easily came off. I'm thinking maybe it's a full cover. And even if they had the one that was just right here that you pull up, those scarf thingies, I think that they would come off too easy. I think he'd be more careful than that and get one of those balaclavas.
I agree with you, Lady B. Those girls will breathe,
I'm sure they were fighting.
Yeah, a medical mask and
yeah, that's not going to do it.
That's good. Yes, it had to be something like that.
Amen.
And the other thing, I don't know if I'm gonna go look for my affidavit because the DoorDash, how was he able to pinpoint to avoid the DoorDash guy? I don't get. I mean,
Yeah, I don't either.
yeah.
You
Yeah,
think he would have been seen, right?
that whole DoorDash thing doesn't make sense to me at all.
Oh, you too. I'm not that crazy. Good.
Yeah,
So
I'm not
are
that crazy on
No, it
that.
makes no sense to me.
I'm
so are
like,
you all saying because it's at 4 that someone should have seen him or he should have seen someone?
well, what people are saying is that maybe he waited on the DoorDash guy, but the thing is, how did he know it was the DoorDash was going to come, right? And then they say, well, maybe let's say Brian had signed up for DoorDash and he was able to like see that there was an order that went to their house. And then, but that doesn't make sense to me either. And then they're like, well, maybe he was the DoorDash guy. None of that makes sense to me. I mean, how would he know to wait there for a DoorDash and what time that it would have been called? Because I'm sure when they were partying, they came in at different hours, not like at 4 o'clock every day when somebody orders it. So did I miss anything, guys?
I think I read into it weirdly because in the affidavit, unless I'm remembering reading it wrong, I thought it said that she received a DoorDash and
She
there was
did.
no words that said like ordered and then received, which I thought was really weird because if they know everything that's going on and like a DoorDash.
Wait.
Well,
She she ordered the DoorDash, but we don't know if she received it.
Well, here's the thing too. And then they're like, well, maybe he got on her Venmo app and saw that she ordered DoorDash, which is getting even farther away from everything, in my opinion. Maybe he got on her Venmo app and saw that she ordered DoorDash, and then that's how he knew the DoorDash guy was going to come there. So, I mean, none of that makes sense to me.
Yeah, but
I was
how he will
thinking-
know that, okay, this girl is
It
going
said
to
she
order.
received. Yeah, it said she received it. Well, if she received, and then some people is like, well, maybe he ordered it for them. Which, how
That's
would she
another thing
know?
I was thinking. So, because I would just, so hear me out just for a sec, because I feel like if the DoorDash guy is going to deliver, he's not going to deliver to the sliding doors. He's going to deliver downstairs to the front door. And I was thinking possibly he
Unless they
ordered it.
told him to go to that back door.
Well, that's true. I guess I don't know that much about DoorDash, but I was thinking possibly that if he did that to get somebody to go down to the front door so he could slip in the back door.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Or am I just
No,
like
I
going way
understand,
off?
him order it, but I have a feeling that they probably knew. They probably said, "Do you want us to come to the basement or up on the first floor?"
That's true. I've never ordered through DoorDash, so I don't know any of what you can ask or.
I haven't
request.
either, but I'm assuming since they apparently ordered from DoorDash a lot that they probably have some sort of a routine with them.
People
Yeah,
here
that would make sense.
order a lot from DoorDash, and those drivers they almost just threw the package at you and just keep going.
I've never had one. I've never used it.
Yeah, it's not like the old, Domino's
Where people are
here,
nice and bring it to your door.
Yeah, no. You put. I don't buy DoorDash because I
Yeah,
don't buy.
me
My
neither.
husband does that thing for the kids, but I mean, you put the tip right there. Nobody has to see your face. Nobody has to see anybody's face. They take a picture. It's right there in your door. Come and get it. Ciao.
Right.
Then
Thank you, COVID. Oh, thank you. Yeah.
That's why I don't know, because if it's 4 a.m, well, this was my time, but it's 4 a.m, it's cold, we came from a party, I will not go downstairs to pick up the DoorDash. My boyfriend will go do that.
Right.
Right.
then if the suspect will not have a chance to fight Ethan in any door. In the kitchen, it will make a mess. And we didn't see pictures that looked like it was a fight in the kitchen.
Right.
And we didn't see pictures that looked like that it was a fight by the front door.
Right.
Right.
Then my idea of Ethan seeing him by the kitchen or the front door is out.
Yeah, I agree.
But he could have pushed. Yes, go ahead, Lady B.
Sorry, I was going to say, because if Ethan saw him through there, he would have been the first one hurt. Don't you think?
Strange.
Ethan was pretty big. I don't think that. I mean, in a kitchen.
You said if somebody said Ethan saw him through the kitchen door, the window or whatever.
Yeah.
That's possible, yeah.
If Ethan saw him, the guy wouldn't pass. But I don't think that Ethan saw him until the guy was by the room. Yes. But then how he knew? It's like me right now saying, okay, I want pizza. And a guy coming here to do something. How he knows that I'm going to open my door?
Right.
At 4 or at 4:35. I don't know when the delivery guy is going to arrive. I mean, unless he was attached to their cell phones in some way, shape, or technological form. I know that it can be done. I used to teach kids in Florida, and they used to go to the college kids are terrible. They used to go to my parking place and they connect with my internet from my parking.
Oh, golly.
Yeah. And they were like, hey, Miss Lisa. I'm like, what? We're in your parking lot. I'm like, oh, kids, how you? And I had the password and everything. And they taught me, no, you cannot have a password. This password is just too easy. You need a password with so many letters. I actually have a password with almost a full verse of the Bible.
Oh my goodness.
Because they scare me. I mean,
yeah, I'm sure.
This was many years ago. Now I bet that there are other ways to protect you, but there's ways to protect you, and there's ways, you make the program and you make the virus for it.
Right.
Wow. Cool.
That's a business. I don't know. I'm gonna go look at the affidavit and shut up for a minute.
Yeah, it's I mean, I think I'm partially brain dead. So that's part of what's going on. So I didn't give DoorDash a moment's notice, and it seems like if all three of y'all gave it a moment's notice, then
everybody on every channel just about is going over this stuff.
It's just weird because like he got in there with all these people in the house plus a DoorDash driver. Like that.
Here's
crazy.
my thing. I personally, I don't think DoorDash has anything to do with anything either. Yeah. I think he waited till they settled down and he went in. I think he'd already scoped a way into the house. I don't think it had anything to do with DoorDash.
I don't think it had anything to do with DoorDash. Well, I mean, I've thought a few times that it might have something to do with DoorDash.
But possibly, yeah.
Yeah, it's just crazy. That's one extra person, like that you got to worry about.
Well, and that's also like, they're like, well, maybe he got in and he put cameras in the vents so he could watch the girls.
Yeah, I've heard that.
When would he do that? It would be easier. And did they find any? And I probably not. And then I'm like, well, if and they're like, well, maybe he used the cameras to know that they ordered DoorDash. And I said, well, cameras these days are tiny, and they do have mics. So planning something like that, but wouldn't it be easier for him just to plant some mics on the outside of the house, but then, you know, then to go inside? Because they're like, well, maybe he borrowed his father's HVAC uniform and went in there and all of that. I don't remember hearing anything about them getting their furnace or anything fixed. Does anybody else? I've been meaning to ask that.
I only saw the HVAC crew show up after the murders.
I haven't heard any more about it since
I'm
then.
sorry, I did not mean to say that.
I only, yes, I heard afterwards that it was something wrong with the furnace in the house.
Right.
And somebody on a news channel was saying, oh, who's going to pay for that furnace? The police or the owner of the house? I'm like, really?
People are going to fight over that? Ooh,
yeah. That's why I remember that part.
Right.
And I heard it was to try to maximize the situation, you know, to have all the gory stuff be able to be maintained for many weeks. Is I think why they adjusted.
I didn't know why they were there. I just saw that.
Yeah, but the thing of it is it was cold there. So if anything, the cold preserves DNA and everything a lot better than the heat would. That would cause it to just degrade faster if it was hot. But
the only thing
I mean, I hadn't heard anything about a repairman coming out. We heard about her dad. We heard about her dad replacing locks, right? Remember?
Santa's dad.
Yeah.
Santa's dad. But we never heard anything that I can remember about them having any sort of heating or air issue at all.
No.
So to me, I think that's stretching a little bit. I think it's a whole lot more simple than what people are trying to make it out to be.
Well, because like it could just be to keep the heat on, because if they don't, the pipes could burst, and then that would just be a disaster. And we deal with that here. So
right. So hey, sweet Melissa, it's good to have you. Hi all, I'm late. Sorry, no problem. With a blue heart, and I'm glad you made it. We're kind of an open topic about the affidavit. Liza, our think tank, is thinking of 3 different things that we need to reconsider or consider from the affidavit. So we've been going over that, DoorDash and the HVAC visitor possibly, and all those kind of things. So yeah, that's kind of what we're doing.
And
so
I saw Sifa said that he gets weekly DoorDash.
Yeah, I don't get DoorDash either. So all 4 of us do not get DoorDash, but Sifa gets it every week.
If I could, I totally would.
I live out in the country. There's no way. And I'm not paying somebody to bring something I can spend 15 minutes driving to get.
Yeah, we don't like live in the country, but we live in the sticks, and it's far away. So they don't like coming out here. But I mean, unless you give them plenty of gas money on the tip, they will, but it's expensive. So
you want to hear something funny?
Yes.
So we have my house, and next door we have our cousin's house, and then my husband's dad's house, and then another cousin's house. And Pizza Hut, we would call Pizza Hut because they went to the other cousin's house, the farthest one, right? Which we live closer than they do. And they wouldn't come to our house because they said it was out of their jurisdiction. But then they go to our cousin's house that's even farther. It's like, you drive right by my house. Nope, I can't do it. I'm like,
yeah, that happens to us. We're in the weirdest
we are
spot,
too.
and everybody gets delivery around us, but they won't come here.
I know.
That's crazy.
There's like one place one Chinese place, they'll go anywhere.
Well, yeah. I want to ask Sifa because I don't pay attention. I do not agree with DoorDash, but I don't want to fight. You know, You have to choose your battles. And then it's true
Who are
that
you fighting with?
Husband says yes to DoorDash to the kids, and I have to say, okay, fine, I'll go the other way. But when I look the other way, I completely look the other way. You clean the dishes. I don't want to know anything about nothing about this thing. And don't talk to me about money if you are buying all the DoorDash stuff. But anyway, it's true then that they send you a picture and that's it. But that's what my kids told me. Oh, Mom, please. They send you a picture. We go downstairs, bring everything up, and end of business. We don't even see the guy.
Wow. So you're asking Sifa if they show a picture of the delivery person? Is that what you're saying?
No, they show you a picture of your packet by your door.
You know how like Safe Flight Auto Glass, they send a picture of the tech that's coming?
Yes. Maybe Sifa can tell us. My boys said that, but my boys can't tell me anything to make me shut up.
They should not ever mess with Mama. You're going to keep asking until you get the answer you want.
I have to choose my battles.
So Sifa said no, the food. So they take a picture of the food. Wow.
The food, not the they don't send a picture of the driver?
I think they just, okay, I shouldn't even be talking on this. I don't know. Never mind.
I don't either. I'm confused.
All four of us are guessing B, so you can guess too.
Oh, they take
I think they take a picture of the food.
Order when it's delivered.
Yeah.
Like Amazon does.
Like right in front of your door to like prove they dropped it off.
That they delivered it. Yeah,
that makes sense.
Then let's think. The suspect was going around the house, so in some moment the DoorDash delivering, taking the picture, and waited. What? 4:04. Waited 5 minutes.
No, take the picture and leave.
Yeah, but
do they take the picture and send it to you, like the person who ordered?
DoorDash was delivered at what time?
Like
approximately 4 a.m. Approximately 4 a.m.
Then he just waited a few 3-4 minutes.
Yeah, because remember, Xana was on her phone on TikTok at 4:12.
Yeah.
So that had to be between 4:12 and it had to be between 4:12 and 4:25 because they caught his car at 4:25 on the camera again.
So
4:20.
Yeah, 4:25.
I think it was 4:20.
Okay.
That was a lot of stuff happening in very few minutes.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
They caught the whimpering and dog barking and thud at like 4:17, I think.
That's been
4:17.
The what?
No,
that was
debunked. It can't be debunked.
The one that we heard was debunked.
Oh, okay.
I never believed that one, but the one that they're caught, in the affidavit.
I know it's in the affidavit. I'm just saying the one we heard was debunked.
I never thought that was the real one anyway.
Yeah, I never thought that was real either. But
I thought it was horrifying nonetheless. But
you do believe it's true in the affidavit, though, right, Lady V?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I cared about. Yeah. Now.
Well, I believe that they think they heard a dog, and they believe they heard a thump, but I don't know. I need a forensic team that knows about those cameras and those sounds to tell me that noise came from that house.
Right.
They'll be able to tell, right? Obviously.
I don't know. There's some things that science is not that good.
No?
I mean, you have to be so good. If I have to put my signature to agree to put a guy to go to the next world, they have to be very precise with me.
Right.
I'm not
That's
going to
true.
be like, oh, between 4 and 4:30, or maybe he did, or maybe he not. No, 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 no. You are going to tell me that he did.
They've got to have more than that. They've got to have more than that.
I have to assume they've got more than that, right? Come on, right?
Yeah, no, I don't
they
think
just
that's
gave
too
us minimum.
flimsy. Yeah, that's just nothing.
Yeah, okay, good.
Now, as far as Xana's TikTok goes, I'm fairly new to TikTok. And if I don't do something every single day for 4 hours for 2 weeks, I don't get better at it and stuff. But I've heard this in quite a few other streams, in that TikTok kind of runs by itself. Like I can tap on it, and I have volume down on everything, and for some reason TikTok goes really loud, and so I have to turn it. But anyway, so there was questions of whether Xana was physically touching her phone at 4:12, or if it was just running randomly wherever it was.
Well, if the app is open, it's gonna show her using it, whether her finger's on it or not.
Right.
Because it's open.
So that time does not have to be tied into. Things could have started before then.
Well, I'm wondering if, speaking of that, I'm wondering if maybe, so let's say he got in the house before DoorDash got there, okay? And then, or right at the same time, like right after or right before, because we know he did, okay? So let's say he did that, and he went upstairs, and so he was already in there, and that way he could maybe start before, because, okay, here's the thing. If she had the TikTok app open, it's going to show her, it's going to show that you're using it, right? So I don't know if they can tell if her finger was on there or not, but that would be a good thing if they could. But if
I'm sorry,
if it's open, she could have laid it down on the bed, and they could have heard something and then started, or I don't know. That just doesn't make sense to me. None of what I just said makes sense.
No, it makes sense. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Because I banned TikTok in this house because of that. I will enter a room and it will be going beep, 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 beep. I'm like, what the heck?
And they're asleep.
They're asleep. And
yeah,
it was that thing with some videos that were not good for their age or mine.
And that's where I was getting, but then I'm thinking,
I told them the application is out of Apple Store in every of your phones, or you give me your phones back. No TikTok, period.
Right, but okay, so if that
right.
happened, how fast did she eat that food? I mean, if it's delivered at 4
Did
o'clock,
she
is she
even eat
like
the
going to
food?
wolf it down and go to sleep immediately?
And she could have split it with Ethan. I mean, when people are high, they eat food really quickly. But she could have shared it with Ethan, and could be a burger cut in half or something. You know, it could be anything.
Yeah, that's true.
But and she wants to sleep. They probably also want to sleep. They're hungry and they want to sleep. So they inhale it, and I don't think that time. I think it started happening significantly before 4:12.
Significantly before 4:12.
I think so too. I really do. I just don't see how he got everything done in what, 9 minutes, and back to in 16 minutes. He's supposed to get in the house, do this stuff, get out of the house, and get in his car and go. That's just, I know 16. I know
That's
9 minutes is a long time, but it's not that long.
Okay, we'll break it down this way. So it would be, excuse me, 3 minutes per person, and then 4 minutes on your way in and out. So that's like a long time.
Well, that's true.
But
like
if
when you break it down into like the minutes like that.
But if two of them are fighting back, which, supposedly Xana and Ethan, I still don't have that proof for me. But it seems like they fought back.
Well, and if the first two, or whoever, say if somebody didn't put up a fight at all, like that's an extra 3 minutes on all the others too. I sound
Right.
horrible right now with all these
Right.
whoosh. But it
Right.
is, it's so much time. Like it really is.
Yeah, that's true.
It's wild.
I just think I need more like information in total. I can't wait for the trial or whatever happens, but
Yeah, man. June. I mean, what
yeah.
do we do for 5 months? Oh
I'm
my
like,
goodness.
I'm gonna go crazy. Like my mind just goes everywhere.
Well, a lot of information or kind of information is coming out from other parts, not about the case, I hope, but the climate of the amount of partying and the things that these kids did in that house. Because another thing, and I don't know, it was something I felt about that house. I felt that it was like a Bloomingdale's window. You know,
yeah, definitely.
You could see it from the north, from the east, everywhere.
You don't need a camera. You can look right in the window.
Right there, and beautiful
and they're walking
girls
around like they're walking around.
Beautiful girls, beautiful boys, anybody.
Yep.
I mean, even if you're not beautiful, you walk around. I walk around my dog and I look at the windows because I'm bored.
Amen. Amen. I'll look. Yep.
Yeah, and then that's well. We should continue with the video, but I think that the house had a lot to do with what happened to them. That's my feeling.
I do too, simply because of the fact that there was no. They didn't use the curtains, and there were no curtains and all of that business, like down there by the sliding glass doors and stuff. There's no curtains. I mean, it just makes it a perfect house to target. But how did he see the house to know that?
Do you think he ever like showed up at a party or anything there? Not that. Well, never mind. Isn't he antisocial?
Yep. I bet.
I don't know. I need to think before I speak. I'm sorry.
No, you're right.
I'm just throwing stuff out there right now.
It's like when I remember, when I went to school, when I went to college, everybody will know where the best parties were.
Yeah, but he was a teaching assistant. He's 28, just turned 28.
They will go to these parties.
I don't think 28 is too old. Yeah, I don't think it is.
I mean, the school doesn't like it, but teachers go to the parties of their students. And in those parties, if I remember clearly being in a party of an apartment of 2 bedrooms, probably, and there were probably 150 kids there. I mean,
oh my God, that's so many. I didn't go to college, so I don't know.
Those kind of Christmas lights and people talking and smoking and drinking. You didn't know who was who. You had no clue.
Well, then I go back to, maybe he went to the Halloween party.
That too.
Yeah, you can wear any mask. You can get in no matter what.
Oh, creepy.
Yeah. Oh, man. If I could just interject, sweet Melissa, I don't know if you're still around, but you're welcome to come up on panel if you would like. Couple of the people up here don't usually get up in panels, and sometimes they feel like it's okay to do here. So, sweet Melissa, if you did want to do that, just let me know, that you're still here and that you want to do the panel, because I'd love to have you up here. That's it. Thanks.
Oh, yeah. We'd love to hear what you have to say.
It's fun up here.
All right, B.
I'm getting used to it.
Cool.
I think that we have enough time to continue with do you think, Joe?
With the video?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about the video.
Yeah, it didn't seem to be the hot topic of the conversation, so I thought it was fine to go.
I think it was.
I'm making
That's what
notes.
sparked it.
Now, I got a little confused when they were talking to Olivia right after the arrest, and I think that was very dated. But I was like, that's strange. I swear this was just a week ago. So I think he caught up with the date. But when that happened, I was like, maybe I have the wrong video. But I don't think I do. I think this is the current video.
I think that what he said was the first interview she gave after the arrest.
Yeah, but it caught me off. Okay, so yeah, let's do that if you want. Now, it was pausing quite a bit. I was not pausing it that many times. So I think my Wi-Fi is not fantastic, but we'll give it a shot. Oh, also, last night the restaurant closed at 11 p.m. and it's 11:05 now, and the door is open. And I don't. Anyway, they might tell me that they're closed and I have to leave. But anyway, we'll see what happens. I'll start showing the video. Okay. Back to 38 minutes left. So we did 40 minutes. So we did 4 minutes so far. Okay, you ready? Here it goes.
Button snap.
A very subtle finding, if you will, on the sheet to find his connection there, find the DNA, and I think that's the money.
As investigators scoured the neighborhood for cameras and clues, a car stuck out, the white Hyundai Elantra. It's the same car investigators asked for information about over and over again, insisting they wanted to speak to the occupants inside.
Do you believe that the killer was in that car?
We think that they were in the immediate area of the house of the residents.
What we didn't know at the time was investigators knew it was Brian Kohberger's car by November 29th.
He was under surveillance, I think, from the time that they realized that this is going to be where the evidence is leading them to.
On December 23rd, they got a search warrant for his cell phone records.
The data that is generated by a cell phone is quite alarming.
Those records put Kohberger near the crime scene at least 12 times before the murders. It's also in the area in the early morning hours of the crime and right after. Investigators believe the phone may have been turned off or in airplane mode in between. We believe that he fled the scene. According to the probable cause affidavit, they described the route that they believe he took.
Damn, that's not me.
Based on surveillance video and just a knowledge of the area. This is the house where the murders happened. We believe he came out the back
That's where my car got stuck.
Door and then left in this direction. You can see on this map, police say Kohberger went way out of the way to get back to his home in Pullman, going down a country road and making it to his apartment around 5:30 a.m. 4.5 hours later, Kohberger's phone is near the Moscow house again from 9:12 to 9:21 a.m. and back home in Pullman by about 9:32. Later that day, there is another 3-hour window where the phone was out of service again. Investigators say that is consistent with the same location as the phone after the murders, perhaps retracing his steps one last time. And between November 29th and November 23rd, authorities surveilled Kohberger's car using license plate readers and cameras. And they got even more information during 2 traffic stops in Indiana on December 15th, when Kohberger and his father were pulled over for minor infractions.
Where are you headed? Well, we coming from WSU.
When investigators confirmed Kohberger's car was in Albrightsville, Pennsylvania, things escalated. On December 27th, agents recovered trash from the Kohberger family home and sent it to the Idaho State Crime Lab for testing. It came back as a profile matching the DNA of Kohberger's biological father, a match for the DNA left on the knife sheath.
They have his DNA at the crime scene. They have his car in and around the crime scene. They have his phone not active around the crime scene. So all of those things work to put him there. But the essential question really is why?
I want to bring in Kaylee's sister now, Olivia. Thank you so much for being with us tonight, Olivia. You know, I remember from when we first started communicating, when all of this began, you told me that you believed that this was going to be a stranger who came into the house. And according to the police, you know, you were right the way that all of this played out. But what did you think when you first learned that Brian Kohberger was the suspect?
I think we always presume, you know, innocence. I don't think it really hit me until the affidavit was released and I was able to kind of read that and process that. And then you not only have a name and a face, but, you know, the beginnings of a case against him.
You have been working so hard behind the scenes, and I don't think a lot of people realize that, because in many ways your dad has sort of been the face of the family. But since the beginning, you've been digging into this and trying to find leads and sending things to the police. And you told me that, you know, you didn't feel like you would be able to really grieve until there was an arrest made. Do you feel like now you're able to do that?
I think my family as well as myself are starting to get there. And it's kind of an odd time to do that, being that we still have such a long road ahead of us. But the relief that we all felt having a suspect in custody was, it was like, I can't even describe it. Like the weight of the world was lifted from our shoulders.
The court process now, though, I mean, that's, you know, your dad has told me that can be overwhelming to think about, the fact that you guys are going to have to be in court. Do you plan to be at the hearings?
Yeah, every single one.
One thing back to the affidavit that I think a lot of people were surprised by was the fact that one of the roommates was awake when the killer walked by, and the 911 call wasn't made until hours and hours later. Do you know any more about why that might be?
I don't have any other information for that. I do know Dylan is really young and she was probably really, really scared. And until we have any more information, I think everyone should stop passing judgments because you don't know what you would do in that situation.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's people online, obviously, it's totally inappropriate at this point. And you're right. No one knows how they would handle a situation like that or what was really happening. I mean, we only know what's in the probable cause so far. Is there anything you've learned that connects Kohberger to any of the victims here? Last I talked to your dad, he said the family was looking for connections, but there wasn't anything really apparent at this point.
Yeah, I think we're still going to keep
Hey.
Hey.
It kept pausing more and more often. So I don't know if it takes a while it can build back up and then we can watch and then it freezes again. But the restaurant is definitely closed. They haven't come up to me yet, but they probably assume I remember what they told me last night. but so I probably have to end in about 10 or 15 minutes anyway. But
that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, this has been plenty long. And
yeah, but okay, I'm going to go to the affidavit. Now I have it. I got
yep.
my phone back from one of my kids.
What page? What
page? 5.
Okay.
And I don't know why, but in my days, affidavits, every single line needed to have a number. I don't know why these lines don't have numbers, but anyway. Page 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5th line, it says the unalived occurred between 4 a.m. and 4:25, as Lady B says. But then in page 6, on sentence number 1, 2, 3, 4, suspect vehicle 1 is starting at 3:29 a.m. and ending at 4:20 a.m. Then we have 5 minutes there with a suspect in a house and the vehicle somewhere else. Explain that to me, please.
That's a little bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah, their time frame sometimes just doesn't make sense to me.
I mean, if I do that, because, you know, I'm trying to explain what I'm doing and I'm just trying to explain it to, oh, I went to this store and then to the other store to, I don't know, I lost my purse and I'm trying to tell the cop that where I was. It's not a big deal. I lost 5 minutes. Well, but this is a big deal. A judge signed this. Explain me, please, how the suspect was in the house and how the car, the last time it was seen in the place at this hour, around the 4 in the morning, was 4:20.
Well, that's when they saw him. That's when I saw. That's why I said. I mean, so we've got Santa being on TikTok at 4:12, which, like we said, I mean, as long as it's open. But then, because I don't see how. Okay, maybe Maddie was hurt while asleep, but I don't think, by the sounds of it, that Kaylee was, and she would have put up a fight, I would think. So So Kaylee probably put up a fight, and that's when Xana and Ethan probably heard her. Because Dylan said that she thought Kaylee was playing with the dog. So she's assuming that the girls were not asleep.
They were not.
I don't think they were either.
I don't think anybody was sleeping. Maybe
I
Ethan.
don't either. Ethan maybe, because those guys, you know, men can just like they
Pass
hit the
right
pillow.
out,
That's
yeah.
it, you know.
I would be. I love the corner, and I know everybody hates the corner, but I love the corner. So I would be amazed that she was incorrect about all 4 people not being asleep and not being in bed. So I gotta think. I think that
I'm not
Maddie.
saying they weren't in bed.
Oh, that they're awake. Okay, yeah, okay. I think the 3rd floor they were both in bed. They might have had a dog in the bed to play with and stuff.
No. The dog was locked in Kaylee's room. Kaylee was in Maddie's room. But I don't think they were asleep. They were in bed, but they were probably, girls talk a lot
Right, and
before they go to
use
bed.
their devices and all that stuff. But yeah, those are some strange. Now I would just chalk it up to, I know 5 minutes is a lot in an affidavit because it's supposed to be precise, but I would just chalk it up to, it's just a mess up, you know?
No, you can, because it takes you have to get to your car. You have to walk from the house to your car, open doors, turn on the engine. Whatever he did with his car, because he had plastic in his car. I don't know what he did, but he protected their car, because to the next day he was doing stuff with that car and it didn't have any signs of fluids that people can see.
Right.
Oh man.
Then he could be all messy. People can. I couldn't do that without making a mess of my clothes, my car.
Everything, yeah.
I will just rent a parking place where I can go and clean the car for the next 3 days.
Yeah.
And even like that, never been successful at it.
Right.
Then I think that every minute, what bothers me more is that he knows that every minute counts.
Yeah, he does.
Now,
yes.
For the point where they say between 4 a.m. and 4:25 a.m., they have like 4 stipulations of with this information and this information and this information, so they're, it leads investigators to believe the homicides occurred between. So it still is an estimate no matter what.
Yeah, but they said they saw the car at a certain time.
The 420,
Leave.
right? That cuts into that.
Which to me, I've always been like, well, if the car left at 420, how is he still in the house? I think it is. I think it's a typo too, to be honest with you, because there's no way he can be leaving and be in the house at the same time.
Well, I don't think it's a typo. I think it's just more.
Or maybe
than,
they didn't. Maybe they didn't just
more than one transcriptionist putting it together, and like Liza did. Liza just added a couple more minutes to that 420. They got to get to the car. They started up. So that's probably even 418 or 419. So it cuts even more into that time. But but if he started just about right at the same time as DoorDash or right after DoorDash, I think 19 minutes is okay, or 17 minutes. I think that's doable. Not easily, but
well, he sure didn't leave time for him to. Okay, this is going to sound horrible, and I don't mean it horrible. What I'm saying is, he didn't leave himself much wiggle room on being able to take the satisfaction in doing what he'd been planning on doing, for a decent way to say that.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
He could have delayed his time at the house to do that. Yes.
Yeah, because I would think and this is why I think this. I think he didn't care when he left, as long as it was quiet and people weren't going to catch him, right? And maybe he had planned on taking his time, but I think once he started, that lust overtook him, and he just went a lot faster than what he even planned on. Because I can't imagine him saying, I'm going to go up there and I'm going to do this really quick and leave. I mean, where is the satisfaction in that? And because it wasn't just to go up there. Okay, if it was somebody that went in, if you have somebody that's going into somebody's house and that's all they're going to do, and they want to do it quick and get out of there for a burglary or something, right? Then I could see it. Of course, you plan on it going fast, but when you have planned and you have spent time surveilling these people, I would think that he would want to take his time to have his satisfaction in that.
Yes.
And so to me, that's why I always think it's really fast, because I'm like, so that's the only way I can think of why it was that fast, because obviously Dylan wasn't doing anything to threaten his time in there.
Right. I mean, that's what I think of when you mention that, is Dylan, but I don't think, and we got so much little information, but I think he was on a trajectory whether Dylan was there or not. I think I think he was leaving whether she was there or not. So so then it's even more baffling, because what you're saying is he didn't slow it down. He didn't add times to be satisfied, or add, if he's bloodlust, why doesn't Dylan suddenly become the fifth victim, or, that kind of stuff. I think
he was exhausted, or number one, either the 4 or the 3 girls were targeted and he went ahead and did Ethan, or, that's, when you're talking about one of them having where you can't see their appearance and everything else, I mean, that takes a lot of energy. Maybe he was just exhausted. And
yeah, but if you're exhausted, Lily, why are you gonna? I'm gonna be exhausted. I'm trying to think like the bad guy. I'm exhausted. I did these terrible things, but I'm not going to leave a witness.
No, I totally agree. I don't think he saw her.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. He must
kind of
not
in
have
a
saw
tunnel
her.
vision.
I mean, maybe she had her door open that far and she could see him, but he didn't notice it being open.
Because I can't understand leaving a witness behind either. That's just like,
Okay, so he came in there. Here's her door, okay? And it opens from this side, right? And his footprints were facing that way.
yeah.
So if he walked past and she had her door pulled open and she's like peeking around and he's kind of blocking that way, he might not have seen her.
Yeah, she may have had it cracked so slightly. I mean, you don't have to have the door cracked open wide to see everything out there, but
because you can't tell me if they have a tape with people being loud on it that she didn't hear something scary. I'm not going to have my door open all the way if I've heard something that is supposedly caught on a tape somewhere.
yeah, I don't know. That's weird. The whole
I don't
leaving
know
her behind.
if the person saw her or not, but we see the TikTok videos about they making fun of each other, the space that when you turn from the from the living room to the kitchen and pass through a DM door is so tiny.
It is.
And they had all those lights on. Maybe it was tunnel vision. The guy didn't see her.
Well, maybe he
Or
was
his
moving
visual
quickly.
snow.
I'm sorry?
What was that, Pete?
I'm sorry. I said maybe his visual snow. Like maybe he just didn't see her. I don't know.
Or maybe he was just done and he was in a hurry getting out of there and he just didn't, because he's got that thing on his face, right? So that could kind of block a little bit of his peripheral vision too.
Yeah. And more people, be survivor, is accepting that the writing that we think was him about the visual snow. I saw today that more people are accepting that it's him. I saw an FBI guy talking about those writings and how trouble was him as a teenager, and I'm like, wow.
I've always thought it was him.
Did you vote, Liza?
I'm sorry?
Did you vote? I voted on that.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Oh.
Where to vote?
I think it was on Twitter, right? The Slocken Cotton. What's that woman's name?
Coffinduffer.
Yeah.
Coffinduffer.
She did it. It was her. She did the survey.
I have to go back to Twitter. I got mad at Twitter about politics.
All right, come on back. All right.
And I said I'm not coming back.
Please come back.
Like 2 years ago or more, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then I don't even remember. I have to. I had like 800 people that follow me, but I have to give up politics because I was going nowhere.
Right. You can engage with whatever you want. Yeah, I can, for sure.
But yes, there's no vision. I read that yes, it's difficult for them to have the peripheral
vision. Yep.
Yeah. Yes, it's very difficult for them to adjust from a lot of light to less light.
Yeah.
That's difficult. But then somebody told me when the judge asked him if he had
anything wrong with them, any health issues.
He said no. And that is a major health issue. It's so major that it make him be a vegan, sorry.
Oh.
Right. He converted from normalcy to vegan because he thought that toxins in his body was making him seeing the snow thingies.
Well, I don't know. I think I was on here maybe with you, Joe, talking about it.
Yeah.
Visual snow. And
yeah.
I was like half joking when I said, I wonder if I have that. Because like what he explained I have the same thing. It's nowhere near like his, but it's different colors, and it happens very rarely. But when it does, when those things are there, I can't see past them. You know, they do get in the way. And so if that's anything like visual snow, I can imagine him not seeing her, leaving the sheath behind on accident, like doing a bunch of mistakes just because like those things, whatever they are, I have too, it's very distracting. It's strange. So, but I'd never heard of visual snow literally until that whole article came out. So.
I never have either, but
yeah,
I believe I have some version of that symptom for sure.
Yeah, mine's weird. It's more purple, white, and blue, or like a teal, but sometimes it's a fuzz, and then sometimes there's dots, and I can't see past them. But it's very rare. It doesn't give me a headache. I don't know. I'm just weird, so who knows?
No, you're not weird. I remember asking that my son, Mom, I can see little dots here and dots there, and I used to see that, but the way that's they call it, it's something to do with the eye. Okay.
My eye doctor told me I had floaters all the years.
Exactly.
I like that description. Yeah, you said that before.
So I just went with that. Like they'd say, "What do you have?" I have floaters.
But
I have floaters too, but I don't. But they don't block my vision.
Yeah, what he had, I read somewhere that it says that if you have a cup of coffee and you were drinking that cup of coffee and somebody took the cup of coffee from the table, you will look and your brain will think that the cup of coffee will be still there.
Really?
So,
yeah.
So I'm gonna have to head out here. I'm gonna have to leave the restaurant.
That's okay.
That's okay.
I hate to end
Hey
it.
Joe, you can end the live, and the girls and I can just talk if you don't mind. We'll see. Well, I'm anxious to see if you end your live, if it will still stay up in StreamYard until we go off. That's what I'm wondering.
Well, I've always heard Brittany say, "Stay online and we can talk in backstage," but I don't know how to do that. But yeah, I'll try it for sure.
Well, I'm wondering if. Well, I know we can do that. I'm just wondering once you leave the Wi-Fi area, if we're still going to be able to do it.
Oh, that's a good point.
Oh.
So we may drop off. I don't know. I'm just curious because
I'm willing to try.
Yeah, sure.
Lady B Lab. This is an experiment, people.
It is.
Now,
I love technology.
I'm going to unplug everything, the power and everything, but you'll still be on Wi-Fi, I think.
Okay.
So,
we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
Thank you.
I'm going to head out and good luck. And thank you for being here. And I'm sorry that it's so urgent, but I got to go.
Yeah, don't forget.
That's okay. We love you, Joe.
Okay. Thank you for everything. Thanks, Sifa.
Bye.
Thanks.